Okay, good. Thank you. We have the Emperor reversed. That's your current situation. Could be dealing with an Aries. It could also be dealing with a tyrant. Okay. Either way, I'm seeing that you're going to need to work together with somebody, even if they're cruel. They're not using their power correctly. All right. So next we have your issue, obstacle, or fate. I like to put fate in there because sometimes issue has negative connotations. Obstacle definitely does, but it could always be good things. But honestly, how many of us watch tarot when our lives are just perfect, you know? So the readings do tend to have negative qualities sometimes. Okay. Ah, there it is. Now it's upright. So your issue, obstacle, or fate is leaving. I think this must be your fate. Yeah, it's all of it. That's what you're trying to deal with, is to leave. Okay, I'm going to clarify that too, because that's really important that it came up twice. All right, what is something that will help you, steps you can take to help you with your issue, obstacle, or fate? Okay. 5 of Pentacles reversed and Ace of Swords reversed. Now, I don't like the Ace of Swords reversed, but the 5 of Pentacles reversed is good to me. It's coming in from being left out, and it's returning to somebody that you used to know, okay? It could be just returning to a resource. It doesn't have to be in love. This could even be about work with some of the cards that are in here. Okay, the next one is, what is your strength that will help you with the steps, that helps you with the issue, obstacle, or fate? Page of Cups reversed. You know, I'm going to tell you guys, I started out to do a reading for you. And then this same card flew out in reverse on the floor. And I had my little shiatsu massager or whatever thing. And I couldn't grab it and do that. So I just restarted the video, reshuffled everything. And this card still managed to come out as a card. And this is your strength. So, you know, if I had not redone it, I may not have known that this was meant to be your strength. Okay, who knows? Because it was supposed to be the first card, and that would have been in the first reading I did. Okay, all right. I didn't even get to say anything yet. Okay, I'll look at them, and if they come out again, then we'll use them. All right. So the next position is other steps you could take, other issues, obstacles that may pop up, or challenges for you. Dares, for instance, something that cards dare you to do. There's that 6 of Pentacles. Okay, so it was going to come up. That's probably the main one that needed to come out. And I'll clarify that one too, because it looks like a choice card to me. The last one is, what is your potential outcome? That's if you follow the advice, okay? Then this is your outcome. So yeah, these are advice over here as well. And we got in the other, you know, issue, obstacle, or fate, or other advice. We have 6 of Pentacles, which can be advice. I think that's hilarious. Okay, potential outcome is 7 of Wands. Okay, you only have one major arcana, Aries reversed, or Emperor reversed. Okay, on the bottom of the deck, we have the 10 of Wands. This can be about leaving for a better promotion. But something is very heavy, and your fate is to let it go. Also, I just see you searching for more, and literally there's more wands. Funnily enough, we only have one wand card in here, aside from that bottom of the deck. You go from 7 of Wands to 10 of Wands, you have to have 3 of Wands, which could be being prepared, having foresight, looking at the big picture, you know, freelance, writing. It's also about being picky in love. And here you may have lots of offers in your future. But let's clarify first before I get into meanings. I've already cut and shuffled. Why is the Emperor reversed here? Okay, that's current situation. Wow, I didn't even pull this in reverse. Okay. So yeah, it says find balance. It's in reverse. 2 of Pentacles reversed. So definitely way too little or way too much of something. Abuse of power, immaturity, somebody who's not able to make a hard decision, even though They actually have everything they need. They're just not doing it. Some of you, because it's come up a little bit in that first reading, some of you feel like you have no goals, and that's just not true. I feel like somebody is trying to, they may feel like they've lost control, or you do. But either way, somebody, maybe because of that feeling that they have, they're trying to assert power to test your strength because it makes them feel more powerful. That's a sign of immaturity, which I just mentioned earlier. Or maybe they're just bored. Who knows? And they're just not restraining themselves. There's a loss of control. There's a lack of discipline here. I see too much on somebody's plate, which again comes up with the Ten of Wands. There's just a lot going on. You're overwhelmed. And it could be with an authority issue. I mean, yeah, with an authority figure. But there are authority issues, sorry. And this says to seek teamwork. And that's what I told you at the beginning. I'm just wondering how compliant they shall be with you. So yeah, that was the only major arcana. So I usually get the gist of my readings based on the major arcana playing off of each other, but I have mostly minor. And I focus less on those, but I shall do my best. Okay. But I do think you're having to put an end to a situation that has been going on and on and on. You're making a decision to end it, which is good because this person they're cruel. They don't have to be physically abusive. It could be just mental. Again, like that Eight of Swords was suggesting before. Okay, your issue, obstacle, or fate is you have to leave. I feel like you're emotionally withdrawn because this person has maybe emasculated you if you're a male. They've condescended to you, if that's what I'm thinking of. But either way, they're just... Really, I'm seeing with that Emperor reverse, you need to remain strong and positive. And it takes a lot of strength to actually leave this situation. It can be leaving a job, okay? But it can also be leaving a partner. And because we had that Queen of Wands earlier, it could be a female boss. It could also be a male boss. It also could be you starting your own business, because I did see a little bit of that in that first reading. With the Six of Pentacles, I'm seeing in the Emperor, I'm seeing there's just a lack of charity. There's a lack of giving. This person doesn't give what you give, or vice versa, depending on who you are. And it's just a lot. And you may feel like at the end, you're going to end up defending yourself. But you could also have a lot of offers come in. So I'm jumping ahead. I do apologize. When you have Eight of Cups, this says you're feeling deprived. But you're a little timid, okay? And it's because this person has just beaten you down, mentally at least. And so you're going on a quest. If you were bored, for instance, you were bored with the situation, you dropped it. For those of you who it's not about power issues, it was just boredom, well, you're going on an adventure now, okay? But to me, this is a more somber card because they're leaving in the middle of the night. And it looks like somebody's looking in through a window at them leaving. So it's as if there's another party involved here. And I think you're rejecting somebody due to them being self-absorbed. However, if you're not planning on leaving somebody or leaving a job, then you may want to check with your partner. You may want to kind of have some kind of a powwow with your boss or people who are in the know at your job and see if somebody's planning on leaving you or kicking you out, because this could be rejection because maybe you're acting self-absorbed. But those are just two options because there's all kinds of people inside the Taurian signs, okay? Because you never know what your rising and all that is or what somebody else's are. But this is saying you're left wanting. There's a lot of lack going on. You could have some abandonment issues, but I'm seeing that you're feeling contempt for this person because they've worn you down, they've stressed you out, Some people, this is, they abandoned you, or you felt you were abandoned, you were all on your own, and you felt hopeless. And you knew that this was going to be the path to, well, a dead end or utter exhaustion. And so you're deciding you have to leave. But it's a long journey. It's not just going to be easy. You're not going to just find somebody right away. You're not going to find that job just right away. But even though it's not easy, it's actually at the right time. Okay? I'm surprised we don't have Wheel of Fortune over here somewhere, because this is saying parting is at the right time. I do want to clarify. Why is the 8 of Cups? Oh, wow. I think it just turned up right. 7 of Cups. Wow. We have cards in succession. 7 and 8 of Cups. Okay, so 7 of Cups says you've done some soul searching. You've realized that you need to go out and do that soul searching. You're looking for your 9th cup, which is your wish. I haven't seen it thus far. That doesn't mean it's not around the corner, okay? So 7 and 8 of Cups, that's just so, I mean, they tell a story is what they do. I mean, when you have the Emperor here, I see somebody who has choices. They may go into business for themselves, especially with that Queen of Wands we had previously. Because that 10 of Wands is there, that may be the promotion I was seeing, as well as this card is very Taurian to me as well. And that's you being able to give money. So I feel like you get to be a leader, and how you base it on is what a bad leader you've previously had or you have currently. And you've been kind of like dreaming after this, this leaving and going into business for yourself for some people. Some of you have been just realizing like you didn't know what to pick. And so you just decided to leave, and you're going to go and find real true love. It's not going to happen right away though. But you are moving on, which is good, because that first reading said you weren't, and you were trying to make that decision. And eventually it looks like you made the decision to move on. So good news. But I feel like you were in chaos and you just had to get some emotional distance. I do want one more card, because that's just too perfect. We have 2 7s in this reading thus far. Oh, yeah, 2 7s. Ooh. 7 of Wands and 7 of Cups. So whatever your issue, obstacle, or fate is with the 7 of Cups is tied to your outcome. Well, obviously your outcome is your fate, right? I'm also feeling like you would be very motivated in the future if you follow the advice. Okay, what has the 8 of Cups and the 7 of Cups here? Okay. 4 of Cups. Yeah. For one thing, you are bored, okay? With that Emperor reversed, putting it into a situation that just kept going. Now this is, for probably a different group, but this is a boredom card to me. Opportunity beckons. It's also called boredom. And 7 of Cups tells me I have been daydreaming. Why do you daydream? Because you really don't have anything else to do, or what you're doing is boring. So you may just not be happy at your job because it's boring. But others of you, it's because it's a bad environment. Some of you are just not attracted to your partner anymore, or their behavior has made them unattractive to you. But I do see opportunity beckons, because those words are down here. I have to bring it up. And here you are going after it. The thing is, you kind of know it's the right choice because we have the moon in the background. But you are refusing to give in to somebody. You're almost being stubborn about it, which is good. Okay. You deserve happiness. You deserve soul searching. Okay. The next one is your steps. Okay. I don't know why I was going to clarify before I even did anything. We have the 5 of Pentacles reversed, which is coming out of suffering. But we have the Ace of Swords reversed. And what this kind of tells me is we have Ace of Swords reversed is stress. And then this is somebody who's going toward it, or perhaps they're getting out of it. I don't remember exactly what direction these were. But either way, this is coming out of something, and this is something stressful. So I could see you coming out of it, but also you may just be waiting to hear from somebody. You may be waiting to hear from a previous employer or a previous work partner. Maybe you want to go into business together. You're getting out of being exploited. I can definitely see that, especially with the Two of Pentacles here. This is saying you're coming out of an on and off again relationship for a lot of you. I don't usually see the Emperor doing that, so it's very strange that I get that. But it's almost like you kill your feelings for this person. Like Eight of Cups, feelings are gone. So if this is not you, but even though this is your issue, obstacle, or fate, the obstacle could be that somebody else has lost feelings. But you're not being left out in the cold. So you may decide to go back to somebody. You may decide to go back to another job. And some of you being left out in the cold caused you to lose willpower. Because Eight of Cups is not easy. It's that journey, that soul searching. And, you're going to go back from being left out in the cold because it was too much for you. It was too stressful. Maybe doing your own business was too stressful. But I'm also seeing that this relationship is in danger, whether it's business or not. I do see a little bit of indiscretion, but not much. So it's not for everybody. On the plus side, okay, because this is, steps that will help you. I have getting out of debt, pretty much, and then fruitful work and prosperity, which is very strange. You wouldn't usually think of that as the Ace of Swords, but that's what it is. And you're not having to force anything, okay? If you are, it's going to end even worse, so don't force anything. Let everything happen naturally. And to some of you, just really aren't sure about a lot of things. And I feel like you need to get sure. And it's definitely about getting out of an on and off again relationship. I do want to clarify, because these cards are very different from each other. Ooh, we have a major arcana, the Empress. So wow, we have an Emperor and an Empress, but the Emperor is reversed. So it could be about opposing genders in a relationship, whether business or not. But the Emperor person, whoever that may be, is not very nice. It could be about parents, even though I don't see, well, there could be one child here. But you guys somebody's definitely leaving. Most likely a male if there's opposite genders involved. I'm also seeing that there may be, if you're trying to help somebody, for instance, you maybe decide to go back to this person, okay, and clear up some bad communication or some lying. This Empress card is saying you're very open-minded, or this person is, but this is your advice. I'm thinking it's you. You balance him out. So I'm not saying he's going to do a complete turnaround, but you kind of balance him out. Whatever this is, whatever his authority issues are, or his power issues. And if for some reason you're not able to balance him out, then you guys don't build together, okay? You don't partner together, whatever it may be. But you may be this person's, with the Six of Pentacles here, you may be this person's silent partner. You may say, hey, can I be your partner in this business? Or you may need a silent partner from somebody whom you've dated before. The relationship was rocky. It could be from a past boss or coworker. There's some kind of a partnership going on that, I'll just say a silent partner, okay? It's like you're getting reinforcements almost. It may not be this Emperor person, though. It could be somebody completely different. It could be whoever this is. Somebody may give you advice. I see that you need to be generous with them. Like very forgiving, very nurturing, okay? Because remember, open-minded balances this person out. Because somebody's got to be open-minded here. But there is some kind of secretive, clandestine partnership. I don't feel affair. I feel it's getting help for this particular Emperor person. And it's with the Seven of Wands here. It's coming against authority. It's asserting authority. It's like schooling this person, okay? But not in a harmful way, okay? I almost feel like there's that verse in the Bible that says, go to this person. If they don't listen, go and, get 3 of you and go. And if they still don't listen, then do this. Okay. That's kind of what I'm seeing here is bring people into it. If you're not able to do anything yourself. So that could be like going to HR. That could be getting one of their friends to kind of have them see the errors of their ways because they just don't listen to you. Of course, why would you want to be with this person? It's up to you. Some of them could have some money issues too, and they may ask you for a donation, and you may be willing to help them out because it's like you're doing better financially once you've left. And I see you being, if you follow this advice, okay. Some of you may be the ones getting schooled, but I feel like it's more the other person. I feel like this is advice that's going to be a little difficult, okay? Because this person hasn't treated you nicely. But whomever this person is, they just have no boundaries. They fall into temptation. They don't want to hear anybody else's advice or offers or ideas. I feel like this may be involving the internet. Oh, with the 7 of Cups, that's always my digital art signal. Okay. Somebody may be going back to some kind of somehow business and work may be involved together, but going back in disguise, and that's why it's looking like lying. But I do feel like you should put an end to a situation. You can go back to help and clear up misunderstandings. Because maybe you decide to leave and put your relationship on a delay. And then once you found whatever it is you're looking for, then you might come back at a later date. If you're going to go back to somebody and communicate, the Ace of Swords reverse says you have to use your words very carefully because they are going to get misconstrued because this person's not balanced. And remember, you balance this person out. Now, if for some reason this is you are the Emperor, then you need to find this Empress person. It could be your mother, okay? But it's somebody who is like it for you. It could be your baby mama. It could be your spouse. It could be, an ex-partner. It could be your mama, okay? Some of you just are closer to your mother than your father. That's just prevalent. Okay. Now, going on to your strength, what's going to help you do this? Page of Cups reversed. So you're going to be able to go back and help clear up some misunderstandings without getting pulled back into this scenario. So yes, I feel like you're going to leave the relationship, or they're going to leave the relationship away from you. And then for some reason, you're going to get pulled back in to this person, but not the relationship. Because I can see that now with this Page of Cups. This tells me you are not ready to kiss and make up with this person. And that's going to be your strength. You're not going to fall back into this on and off again relationship. You're not going to let them do that to you. Okay? But let's clarify. Why is the Page of Cups reversed here? Also, this tells me if you want a relationship to work, you're going to need a new approach, a different approach. 4 of Swords. Yeah, you're just going to cool it. I'm seeing be passive, okay? We do have a lot of passivity cards, except for your outcome, okay? That's right, after I talk about the 4 of Cups. So we have 2 4s. I like it. And the Emperor is a 4 too, so 3 4s. Okay, so your strength is you know how to restore balance. You're going to take some time out because you've been mentally exhausted, especially with that 10 of Wands over here and your current situation. You're just going to take some time out. You're not going to deal with this immature person. Good for you. But you're going to be at a point where you're no longer at your limit. You're going to find that quiet. You're going to have that peace. With the 6 of Pentacles over here, the 4 of Swords talks about vigilance, which you wouldn't think about with the Four of Swords, because Four of Swords is all about relaxing, right? But here, in order to be vigilant and see whatever it is you need to see, because this, as your other obstacles or more advice, says be vigilant, as well as being generous, overly generous, actually, more than what they probably deserve. Being at rest is going to help you be more vigilant. It's going to help you earn more money. And with that death that we had reversed earlier, I think this is actually going to help you kind of change your lifestyle a little bit. Your life will be a little different. You'll probably work in solitude if you're not working with a partner, if you decide that's not a good idea. And then with the Empress here, it may be a home-based business. Okay. But it may just be solitude as in you're the boss. You may have people under you. But yeah, you're not going to deal with immaturity. You're not going to kiss the makeup. You're going to leave them left out. Oh, sorry. Itchy. Okay. Yeah, and some of you just decided to leave because you're like, I don't have to take this. I have so many options out here. You have lots of options. But maybe you haven't been taking them. Or if this person's nasty like that, they may be throwing it in your face that they haven't been taking options. And overall, it's just an unhealthy lifestyle. This person could be holding a grudge, or you could be holding a grudge. I do see a lot of contempt with this Emperor, so maybe against you, even though you haven't done anything. Now, with the Four of Swords being right underneath the Four of Cups, Four of Cups upright talks about a missed opportunity. And yet, here's opportunity beckons. So when it flips around, that opportunity comes back around. However, it's upright. It didn't pop out in reverse. But with the Four of Swords, it tells me you missed a chance to help somebody. Okay, so there is somebody who really needs your help. It's usually the querent who missed the chance, but maybe somebody missed the chance to help you. However, I feel like it is you that missed the chance. And that may be your strength. You may say, I'm not going to take the chance to help this person. However, I feel like you need to. Again, I'll see this person or you is bored by loneliness. When you go out on this adventure, there will be no more boredom. I mean, I think what I'm seeing is you'd rather be bored and not have to deal with the drama. Because, hey, I mean, drama is excitement, but it's not all it cracked up to be. So yeah, I kind of see you going off into solitude. You're doing that soul searching you need to figure out what it is you want. I do see disappointment in love with that Five of Cups that we had. But you are going to get out of it eventually, okay? One more. What is Taurian's strength? You guys just seem very stable to me with all these fours in here. But you could also be bored, so do be careful. And see, I like the fact that we have chaos as your obstacle or issue. And then what your strength is, that helps you with the steps, is to get out of chaos, to be balanced. And you're going to do it. I feel like you're righting wrongs here, and you're doing it through kindness. And that must be the new approach that you're needing to take. Yeah, with the Five of Pentacles over here, it says you or this other person needs kindness. But as your step, it's either you need to find the Empress who's going to be kind to you, or you need to embody the Empress and be kind to others, despite past scars. This person does have some roving eyes. They're very tempted. You may be tempted to leave a person as well, but you may decide to stay and be kind to them. However, I feel like it's really your best to not deal with this drama and get out. I'm not saying you can't be generous, but I don't feel like the relationship is healthy for you. Okay. Yeah. Next major arcana is the Star. Really good. That was going over here to your Six of Pentacles. So the Star card is all about hope and healing. It's peace. So again, I'm seeing peace. I think your self-esteem gets restored. You get to start making your own choices. There may be something involving like the creative arts again, like I'll see in digital art, but now with the star here, it's performing. Okay, so it could be a lot of things. The Seven of Wands, it could be a motivational speaker, maybe even a motivational teacher. And the Eight of Cups talks about following a certain philosophy that you really like, because you just weren't accepting of the other philosophies that other people had for you or that you previously followed. So you might be one of those people who starts their own business and goes around doing motivational speaking about a way of life or a way of belief. And even though you may be going back to this person with some pessimism, you're still going to be nurturing, okay? Or they may be seeing you with pessimism. And the thing here is, like, you've kind of awakened to the fact that you don't need this person to see you as valuable. You don't need them to give back as much as you give. You're just going to talk to them very honestly. I think maybe you had been holding back a little bit with them because of the way they treated you. I'm seeing just, you're on the right path, okay? You're recovering, and you may unite with this person, but in a need for healing as opposed to reconciliation of a romantic kind. I feel as if whatever you give out, whatever the generosity is that you're supposed to be giving, which I'm seeing over and over and over again here, it's going to come back to you, okay? So however you treat people is the way, I mean, I don't really believe in karma, but it is going to come back. I mean, God sees everything you do, okay? Now, I'm not giving up complete hope about this person, okay? Because remember, you kind of balance this person out. So they might be able to, Fluff, cut it out. He's playing with this paper bag. What'd I say? So again, you kind of balance this person out. So you could, I'm saying all hope is not lost with this person. Not for your relationship, for this person. You could help them get back on the right path. You can help them get healthy. I don't know why you're helping this person so much, but that's actually all your advice. And you're going to be very calm about doing it. You may be healing some of their past scars. But again, if this is you needing that, then somebody else might come and help you. They might help to heal you. And it's very significant in your journey. It's not really an obstacle or issue. It's more like a challenge. Like, hey, be good to this person. And with that Five of Cups that we had previously, it's going to help you mend your heart. It's going to help you get over that disappointment, and might even bring about some kind of an apology, as much as this Emperor person reverse can offer. This can be an apology as well. I do see with the Empress here, there's an improved life. There's a new way of life. There's also improved health, mostly mentally. Yeah. And then again, with the Seven of Cups, I'm seeing something to do with the internet. So you may have some kind of motivational speaking on the internet. You may talk to this person over the internet and help make them feel better. Okay. All right. So your outcome is the Seven of Wands. I feel like you're going to have a lot of offers coming in. If somebody's coming to try and heal you or help resolve an issue from the past or help you deal with whatever is overwhelming you, you may feel defensive. You're like, I'm not really sure about this person. You may feel very defensive, like, I'm not really sure if I want to follow this advice. Like, tarot by test, what are you getting me into? Now, just remember, readings are for entertainment purposes only, okay? So please don't go and try to be nice to a serial killer, okay? That's not the issues here. But Seven of Wands is saying you're like the motivator, the encourager. If this is not you, then it's happening for you. Let's clarify. That's your outcome should you be nice and be generous. And why else would you be generous if you're not going to be a motivator, right? Okay, so it came out in reverse. I'm really glad. Darkest fears in reverse, i.e. the Nine of Swords reversed. This is coming out of what the Five of Cups is, which is disappointment, sorrow, hurt, pain, depression. It's coming out of that. It's also just getting out of the muck and the mire. It's like you have to fight to get out of it. And that's where your motivation is. Like, your motivation is to fight and never give up until you get out. Yeah, Nine of Swords reverses go back to Eight of Swords. And we had that in the first reading. And that's what you're getting out of. You're getting out of that Eight of Swords victim mentality. Oh, another one. Why is the Seven of Wands and Nine of Swords reversed here as potential outcome? I just saw it. Come here. Three of Pentacles. Okay, so it could be a new job offer. Could be working together, teamwork. We didn't have it, but your outcome is, yeah, you may decide to start working in a team. Maybe you really need somebody's artistic skills for your internet business. Okay, whatever. Could be dealing with an Aquarius too. This says reach out to this person. So this person may really need some help. Or again, somebody could reach out to you. But this is also being in the spotlight. I feel like you're going to get recognized for your talent, for your social emotional skills. Somebody's going to see you. Or people are going to come and see you as a motivational speaker of some sort. Now, obviously, that can't be for everybody because not every single Taurian is going to be a motivational speaker. In that case, it's just, reaching out. And Three of Pentacles upright tells me no more obstacles. So, and the reason you have Three of Pentacles is you finally solved this Two of Pentacles issue. Okay. I feel like Three of Pentacles is also you being very noble. Some of you may be moving in with somebody. Your career that you get or that you start, your business, whatever, that you work really hard on, you don't give up. Even though it's been kind of unsteady, it really boosts your self-esteem that you have been lacking from a previous relationship. But I'm just really happy about this teamwork that we weren't having before. It's also encouragement. You're feeling, we just have motivation everywhere. It's like reaching out, lending a helping hand. So that's what you're going to do. If you're not giving it, then you're doing it. If you're getting it, sorry. And you're not being tight-fisted about it either. You're just very generous. Yeah. You're super generous, especially to people who are depressed or unmotivated. And you help boost people's self-esteem. And also, because you're doing teamwork, it won't be just because of your effort. You're going to get recognized for sure as being unique. You'll be like the boss or the ringleader or whatever, the special person. But it's going to take a few people's efforts. And you're really going to be taking this whole philosophy that you're believing in and being kind to other people. It may be a new religious belief. But the Emperor reverse talks about, those beliefs that you have. Maybe somebody is trying to value their own worth. They're trying to follow their convictions, but they're just not succeeding. Also, somebody's just not protecting somebody else. They're not absorbing other people's rules and traditions or beliefs. They're kind of bucking the system, even though we don't have the Hierophant in here. And here's somebody going out and searching for what it is that what they believe, what code of conduct they go by. And it ends up being a really nice person to other people, even people who don't deserve it. But you actually help these people when you do that. And you basically have what it takes to get it done. All right, bottom of the deck. Yep, Eight of Pentacles. So a lot of this is for work. But this is you getting a new contract. It's taking a lot of work, sure. This person themselves is a lot of work, but it's going to get done. You're going to persevere. You're going to take initiative. Some of you are like being an apprentice at a new job. For those of you who aren't going into business for yourself. You're just working on your dreams. You're trying to make sure that what you do is quality work. If you work hard, that gives you the best outcome. And this is, most likely part of your outcome. And it says keep doing it, even if you feel like you're not really sure if this is working or not. You're losing some motivation with this person or with this job. This is saying reach out, maybe get some advice or help from friends. But keep working at it because that's your best chance of being successful. Keep doing it. Persevere. I've seen that a lot. because you have no lack of ambition. That's not it at all.